These, whenever y'all decide to come back up, tear off the blue side. Watch the steps.
Wow. Where do we want to go? Right here. Okay.
This was built by Robert Cravens in 1850, and he lived there with his family for nearly 13 peaceful years. However, on November 24, 1863, the first of many cannonballs fired from Union batteries began smashing into and around the house. The long-awaited Union Army attack on Lookout Mountain had begun. On March 3, 1893, the United States government, recognizing the historical significance of the Cravens house, purchased it and the surrounding 85 acres of land. This was soon to be designated Battlefield Park. The park now holds many artifacts of the war, including parrot guns used by Confederate soldiers, and monuments which stand as silent remembrances to those gallant men from both sides. At Point Park, you can see the New York Peace Monument, which stands 95 feet tall, portrays both a Confederate and Union soldier in a handshake of friendship. As far as is known, this is the only Civil War monument honoring both armies on the same monument. Incline railways have played an important role in the historical development of Lookout Mountain. The first incline was completed in 1887 as a means of travel to the scenic area just below the point atop the mountain. In 1888, Point Hotel, a lavish four-story inn with an unequaled view, opened to the public at the top of the first incline. The hotel was as splendid as the surrounding scenery, and the ride in the incline was an exciting experience with a trip to the top lasting over an hour. You are now riding in what is known as Incline Number 2. A local man, John T. Grass, envisioned an incline that would be fast and inexpensive. In June 1895, Grass and several other investors applied for a charter, forming the Lookout Mountain Incline and Lulu Lake Railway Company. With the help of picks, shovels, dynamite, and about 1,000 workers, the first cars began traveling up and down the mountain on November 16, 1895. Incline Number 2 proved to be the answer to the transportation needs of the mountain. In over a century of operation, more than 40 million passenger trips have been taken on the incline. The Incline is a National Historic Site and a National Historic Mechanical Engineering landmark. If time permits, plan a trip to the headquarters of the Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park, where the Battle for Chickamauga took place on September 18th and 19th in 1863. It is considered by many to have been the bloodiest battle of the Civil War, with 34,000 casualties. At the park, there is an audio-visual presentation on the battle. In a different minute, nearly 1 mile straight down the face of Lookout Mountain to the Chattanooga Valley below. The grade of the track at the steepest point is 72.7%, giving the Lookout Mountain Incline Railway the unique distinction of being the steepest passenger railway in the world. The car in which you are riding was installed in March 1987. Its many windows were designed to offer the most fantastic view of Chattanooga, as well as the colorful foliage and lush vegetation on the mountain. In the spring, thousands of dogwoods bloom. Summer brings out the mountain laurel and rhododendron, and in the fall come the brilliant red and yellow hardwoods. The brief days of winter offer a view from the incline that is unparalleled in its clarity. The astronomical overhead allows you to see the horizon and surrounding countryside without having to move from your seat. The incline center rail is used by both cars going up and down the mountain. The incline will travel from an altitude of 2,100 feet above sea level at a speed of 600 feet per minute, nearly 1 mile straight down the face of Lookout Mountain to the Chattanooga Valley below. The grade of the track at the steepest point is 72.7%, giving the Lookout Mountain Incline Railway the unique distinction of being the steepest passenger railway in the world. The car in which you are riding was installed in March 1987. Its many windows were designed 1 mile straight up the face of Lookout Mountain at a speed of 600 feet per minute, reaching an altitude of 2,100 feet above sea level. The car in which you are riding was installed in March 1987. Each car is steel and was especially built for the incline at an 18-degree angle. Each car is 42 feet long and weighs 12 tons. 2 1.25-inch wire cables carry the incline cars up and down the mountain. You should feel more comfortable about your ride, knowing that the cables have a combined strength of 142 tons. The cables are fastened underneath one car, wound around huge drums in the machine room at the top of the mountain, and connected underneath the other car, so that the two cars operate like weights on a pulley. When one car goes up, the other car comes down. The entire cable system is changed every 3 years. Other safety features include an Otis elevator safety interior, and in 1991, a National Historic Mechanical Engineering Landmark by the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. The incline began making history on November 16, 1895, when the car first reached the crest of the mountain. The car was made of wood with open windows that gave the passengers an exhilarating feeling as they traveled up and down the mountain. In the early days, the power was supplied by huge coal-burning steam engines situated in the powerhouse at the crest of the mountain. On each trip, the incline cars would carry coal for use in the boilers. Children. As the incline is the fastest method of transportation up and down the mountain, it has been known to help a mother-to-be make it to the hospital on time. There have been several weddings aboard the incline while the cars climb the mountain. As the incline climbs historic Lookout Mountain, it will travel through the cities of Chattanooga and Lookout Mountain, as well as Hamilton County and the Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Battlefield. Traveling up the mountain, you'll find that the air gets cooler, since there is an approximate 8-degree temperature difference between the Chattanooga Valley and Lookout Mountain. The grade of the track at the steepest point near the top is 72.7%, giving the incline the unique distinction of being the steepest passenger railway in the world. When we reach the top, visit our observation decks. On a clear day, you can see 6 states. For those of you who enjoy history, plan to visit Point Park, located 3 blocks from the Lookout Mountain Station. Point Park is part of the Chickamauga and Chattanooga Military Park, the nation's oldest and largest national military park. The famous Civil War Battle Above the Clouds was fought at the park in November 1863. The battle took place on a day so rainy, misty, and foggy that many times the soldiers had to withhold their rifle fire for fear of hitting friend rather than foe, thus the name Battle Above the Clouds. Another problem in defending the mountain was that as the soldiers lowered their cannons to fire on the troops coming up from below, the ball would roll out of the cannon barrel. When General Grant was on Lookout Mountain in 1863, it took him nearly 4 hours over very rough roads to reach the top. But as every visitor to the Point area discovers, it's worth the effort.
Guys, we're off the kids. I like 10 seconds away. So you're not nervous enough?
Wait, you're sitting back.
I'm sitting back because I'm afraid of the whole floor.
All right. Alrighty, we're now arriving at the upper station. Everybody please remain seated till the car comes to a complete stop. Once we do come to a complete stop, you're going to exit to me and at the right hand side of the car. Cars are running every 20 minutes up until 5:40 this evening. Thank y'all for riding the Incline with us today. Alrighty,